Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, glory, dominion, and power to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Wakaha, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity, scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom, Lord willing. This street teaching is edifying. I'm out here a little later than I wanted to be, but the water Yahweh Bashima was shot for having me out here at all, you know. So we just gonna jump right into it. Through the spirit, you know, man, I just been pondering on the downfall of this society, and along with the downfall of this society, the main victim is gonna be you women. Okay, you women are gonna be the most sought after target. Okay, because most of you are single. Most of you are stuck in this feminist, delusional mindset. You run away every man. You truly believe you don't need a man. But yet, the only way you're able to function is because the society is literally built around you, around keeping you comfortable. Okay? Convenience, right? If you're in a major city, which every state in the United States has a major city where most of its population is sitting around, it's built to make you feel comfortable, all right? There's a convenience store. You have different people that you can look to call to help you out. In times before, it wasn't like this. You didn't have a plumber, right? Or an electrician, or you know, these different handy jobs, handyman, right? A man was typically a handyman. You know how to do pretty much all these things, right? You know how to farm, right? He knew a little bit of everything to keep everything in his house flowing and functioning. It was rare for a man to outsource labors in his own household, right? But that's more of a new age thing because of you know, the rise of feminism, right? And gradually these elites have moved people away from that independent source or way of living into this dependent state where we pretty much dependent on the state for everything, right? But guess what? All that's coming to an end, right? Hence the government shutdown, right? Which is just a psyop, if you want to call it that. The test before the real test, right? Because they're cutting these different things off, right? SNAP benefits. If you have a government job, certain government jobs aren't being paid, right? So they're cutting off the money access, the access to certain monies, right? So people, you know, are finding it a very hard time to live right now. But guess what? I guarantee you the person who's suffering the most is the woman, okay? You single, you got all these kids, different baby daddies, men hate you. Recipe for disaster, okay? This is It's Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Right, because these women have been made to be careless, man. Right, they say whatever the fuck they want to say. They do whatever the fuck they want to do. They answer to nobody. But the white man, right, Esau, that's the only man that they care, and he gave them absolute freedom. All right, to be as wicked as they want to, without consequence. All right, here it is. You know, they can have sex without consequence, right? Because we know the consequence of sex is what? Childbirth, right? The whole purpose behind it is what? Reproduction, all right? But this devil has given the woman the ability to have sex without the consequence of childbirth. So she's just able to lay with as many men as she wants to, right? And then even if she does get pregnant, right? If for some reason the IUD or the fucking stick in the arm or the day pill or, you know, all these other different forms of birth control, the plan B, the day after, morning after pill, if for some reason all these things fail, right? She has the right, the ability to go and get an abortion. Okay? So in a society like that, no wonder whoredom is rampant, right? No wonder divorce rates are at an all-time high. Most children born in a so-called black home are born to single moms, right? What kind of shit is that? Similar circumstances for you so-called Native Americans and Latinos, right? Can't keep a family together. Why? Because these women have been given the ability, the freedom to destroy it at will, right? Soon as she's not happy, she's able to do, you know, run off and, you know, freak off and do whatever she wants to. And not only that, she's rewarded for it with what? Child support, right? Spousal support, divorce settlements, right? She take half the man's shit if you married to him. In some cases, shit, if you living with a woman, they call that, what's the name of that? It's called, man, forget the name of it. But pretty much, if you live with a woman for a certain amount of years, you're technically considered married, right? I forgot the name of it. It was on the tip of my tongue. Forget the name of it. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Just so. I think it's called common law marriage. Right here in the state of California, it's called common law marriage. Or if you live with a woman, the state will put you down as married to her. And then if you break up, guess what? She's gonna take your shit, right? And she's gonna take the kids, okay? And then you wonder why there's so many faggots, right? All these men, young men, undisciplined, wild, YNs everywhere. Everything's in chaos and shambles. Men are effeminate, women are masculine because they've been given liberty to do so, man. By who? Esau Edom, the devil, man. But guess what? He's about to pull the ultimate rug pull and leave you high and dry. And what are you gonna do then? Okay? Because no man's gonna save you. All right, no man is coming to save you after what you've done. All right, completely abandoning the family for welfare and for government social programs. And now these programs are ending, and now what? You're scared. And you think You know, you really think somebody's gonna come rescue you. Nobody's coming, man. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. That's why, brothers, if you got a demon, an ex-demon that's putting hell on you, don't worry about it, man. The Lord's gonna get her. Gonna get her better than you could have ever imagined, right? You just gonna get that phone call, and oh shit, damn, yeah, yep, just that quick, man. All right, these women are about to be humbled. They're about to be humbled, and this is just the beginning. And they already bugging out, crashing out on TikTok and shit, right? Talking about they gonna steal, but shit was all good just a week ago, right? The other day, they wasn't worried about that shit. Now they on TikTok crying like somebody's supposed to feel bad. Nobody's feel bad for you bitches, man. You deserve it, okay? And Yahweh Shema Shah is only going to intensify your hell because you've been living in pleasures for so far too long, man. Been ruling and oppressing men for far too long. You've had this liberty for far too long, man. Okay? And the Lord set you up to position you to just be an easy target, right? Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. The Lord's humbling you, man. All of that cute shit is over with. All right? Bitches spending all their child support money on BBLs and shit. That's done. Okay? Going on trips, right? Selling their food stuff to get their nails and weaves done. That shit's out. The Lord's putting an end to all of it. Okay? And he's doing it by the same hand that he gave it to you with. Right? The man who you betrayed us for. Right? Us being you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, your woman betrayed you. Just look up the Willie Lynch letters. If you can find them, because they're hard to find nowadays, you know? But just do some research. Right? It's always been in this devil's plan to turn her against you. Well, shit, we can go all the way back to the garden, right? To the book of Genesis, okay? Where he gave her, he was in her ear, spin that game. Eve has always had a ear for wickedness, man. Okay, that's why Eve and Eve go together like PB&J, man. Two peas in the same pie. Okay? And those curses on us for her eyes to be evil towards you, you know? All these things, man, make a recipe for what? Her to betray you. All right? They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Right? And that's what you see all on social media. Women lamenting. Right? Trembling in shambles. And it ain't even got bad yet. Wait until after Thanksgiving. Wait until Christmas. Wait until the New Year. Wait as this thing continues to just prolong and progress. Or digress, right? Because things are gonna just spiral out of control. Because desperate times create desperate people. And desperate people do desperate things. Okay? And you women are, I'm telling you, first on that list, man. You're first on it. All right? This is This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's all these women are about. Pleasure. Their desires. What makes them feel good. All they want to do is all girls, they just want to have fun. All right? Even if it's at the destruction of their own nation. All right? At the behest of their own people. They don't give a fuck. And they've shown that. Time in and time out. Right? They continue to show that consistently. All right? That's why no one's going to feel bad. All right? Nobody feels bad that you women are bugging out because you childless. Right? And single. And you 40. And no man wants you. You can't figure out why you can't keep a man. You know? Because you've been deceived. You believed all the bullshit and the hype. And now look, you fucked up.
What's up, Hebrew?
How you doing, brother? Now you fucked up. Now you asking for a man? What a black man at? What happened to the good men? You bitches got rid. You didn't want him. You didn't want him. You didn't need a man. Right? Esau got you, man. And it's funny because, you'll sit up here and you'll tell a woman, feminism is not for you. Feminism was to only use you as a tool of destruction against the man, right? For the purposes of what? Gain. Whether it's, you women, when you entered the workforce, you were able to be taxed, but they sold that to you as freedom, right? Like being a slave is freedom to you women, right? But you can't be a slave for your man. But for a corporation, oh wow, you'll march for that, right? You'll fight for that. Argue you down for that. She'll leave you, right? She'll leave you for a fucking career, right? But at the end of the day, when them layoffs, and the layoffs are happening, right? And guess who got a lot of government jobs? The so-called black women, man. They take up a lot. Jake loves trying to work for E, man, because they get the benefits, right? They get all those things that they think are gonna help them in this society, and they have for a period of time, but really they were set up as snares to entrap you, right? To get you ultimately dependent, right? In a state of willing to do anything for these same goodies that you once had, right? So I was doing some research, and I'm just going to who funded feminism. Who funded feminism? And who had a hand in feminism? Because these things matter. Because these women, the everyday American peon, don't understand that this was a propaganda tool. This was a device, this whole movement, including civil rights, right? The reproduction movement, all these things were only used they were only tools, man. They were CIA orchestrated, CIA backed movements. And we know anything that got those alphabets behind it are no good, man. They are not for your benefit. They are to your detriment. Okay? So, let's see. So, some of the main funders of feminism were private organizations, right? So organizations like the Ford Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, the U.S. government, right? Being labeled as a nonprofit, you're able to get government funding, right? And which branch of the U.S. government? The CIA, right? Academic institutions, right? And you see why they did that, because they had everything to benefit from it. Most of the people who graduate from college today are women who graduate with degrees and, you know, fill up these universities and get into all this debt to end up with a career or a fucking master's degree in fucking entrepreneurship or, you know, communications, some stupid ass shit, right? So they benefited from that. They got rich, all right? The IRS had another body to tax, right? They was able to take the woman out of the household, and then they were able to have the children go to these public schools, right? And now you got the government raising your kids. And you wonder why they're so bugged out, right? Back in the day, women were key instruments in raising a family. Now, you know, these women don't even know how to parent, right? They want to make their kids their friends, you know? The big trend now is having a gay son. A lot of these women fag out their sons, man, right? And dyke out their daughters. Got their daughters out there hoeing, right? I was watching this show, Soft White Underbelly, and there was a woman who was being interviewed by this guy out here in LA, and she was being interviewed with her daughter, who's a prostitute, right? But they both are prostitutes, you know? What kind of shit is that? And the prostitute is talking about how she learned the game from her mom. This is what's going on in the so-called black community, man. Right? Black and Hispanic community, this is what's happening. Right? And it's all, and you can take a lot of this back to women's liberation, man. Gave women rights and made the man wrong, man. That's why, you know, it's to this day, you know, just more so recently, you had these different guys like Kevin Samuels, and really first and foremost, starting off with the Apostles and Elders Great Millstone. The first ones, man, out there, the pioneers of this so-called red pill movement that you see today, right? With the infamous "You're a Slut" video, but these worldly guys like Kevin Samuels and Anton Daniels, or Fresh and Fit, Myron Gaines, I believe it's Andrew Tate, right? They came, you know, following after the blueprint laid by the apostles, and now you see this mass awakening in men about how these women ain't shit. And it's perfect timing, because as this is happening, as men are finally waking up from this simp sleep, right? This simp dream, okay? The ultimate rug pull is being pulled on these women, right? And this gender war is at an all-time high. Now, if you look around, you see that men and women, it's rare to see them really socializing like that, you know? Because they've all been indoctrinated by whatever algorithm they have on the internet. Either he's a super panderer, fag, or he just don't like women at all, right? He's a hater of women, okay? And the Lord, he's getting ready to unleash these demons, man. He's about to put spirits on these niggas. A lot of niggas already wish in their head that they could put their hands on you, man. And the Lord's about to allow them, you know? So fucking Keisha fucking with Pookie and Ray Ray and got babies by both of them, and, you know, these niggas are waking up to you being the issue, right? You lying to both of them, right? Niggas raising their kids that ain't even theirs, but they think it's theirs. You know what that does to a man's mind, right? These women are openly adulterous, right? So, another corporate sponsor. So these corporations are sponsoring, or took a hand in sponsoring these feminist organizations, man. Right? All to what? Prop up this idea that a woman didn't need a man. Right? That's why the Lord said, rise up, you women that are at ease, man. All right? So you bitches keep listening to these characters like Sojourner Truth and where's her name? Margaret Sanger or whatever these bitches' names is, man. Keep listening to them, right? And the message that continued to get more radical since it came out, and see where you end up, right? This is this is Job 39 and 17. No, 39 and 16, right? I'm gonna read it in the NLT. I started 14 in the NLT. Job 39 and 14 in NLT. She lays her eggs on top of the earth, letting them be warmed in the dust. Right. They have no care for their kids. Okay? Have them out here looking any kind of way. Have them being raised like animals. A lot of Jakes be raised like animals, man, like dogs. All right? In the streets, 7, 8 o'clock, or 7, 8 years old, all night, you know? Little nigga selling dope. He ain't even a double digit age yet, right? Because this burden of being a man has been pushed on him because his mama ran away ran away his father, right? And even a small child understands that a woman needs a man, right? Forcing these jakes to step up into these roles and, you know, but they don't have no influences. But hey, it's all the Lord's doing though. The Lord fucked us up, man. He fucked us up as a people, right? These are all curses, all right? But he used the woman to do a lot of this damage, man. You know, and the day of reckoning is coming for you, okay? She doesn't worry that a foot might crush them or a wild animal might destroy them. No care for their kids, right? Quick to kill them, right? And then when they hear they don't want nothing to do with them. She is harsh toward her young as if they were not her own. She doesn't care if they die, right? And that's the mindset, especially of you so-called black women. They don't give a fuck, okay? A lot of these women, these young teen moms and shit, these YN dubs, they find it glorious that you know, they grew up worshiping or loving after these men, you know, who are in jail, right, or criminals. They grew up idolizing and desiring these men. So when their sons turn out to be that way, and the nigga, you know, Lil Peanut, get gunned down. Lil Peanut get gunned down in the street. Inwardly, she like it, right? Because now she on the news. She talking about how her badass kid wasn't like that. Granny on the news, co-signing, knowing that little nigga was a demon. Because you raised him to be that way. He ain't had no father because you ran him away, right? But you get that attention. She get a name on a t-shirt, all right, a face on a t-shirt, right? 15 seconds of fame, long live Lil Peanut. You know, him and his mom, you know, little badass nigga with one tooth hanging, one silver tooth, you know, picture from when he was 9 years old and shit, right? Same story, man. Same story, okay? But she secretly likes that, okay? Because if she didn't, she'd change it. She make sure his dad is around, or matter of fact, she give him to his father. She give the kids to his father, man. That's what they used to do in the ancient world, all right? But this system gives awards to children to the mom. Like she knows what the fuck to do with them, right? For the Most High has deprived her of wisdom. He has given her no understanding. These women don't have understanding. They don't have wisdom. They were the ones in the garden. Eve, right, was in the garden getting beguiled by the serpent. Here it is, you in paradise, and you let a nigga trick you into thinking it's something better, right? This is who this man has given power over you, Jake, man. Someone without the ability to critically think, okay? They weren't designed to be leaders. They weren't designed to be strong, right? A woman is weak by nature. Even the scriptures tell you that, man. You know? The scriptures tell you that the woman is the weaker vessel, right? Matter of fact, let me get that. This is 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, speaking on the women, giving honor unto the wife as the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. But in this society, there's been an influx of simps, right? These betas who believe that a woman should be ruling, right? Going out pandering, helping, like this philosophy that's already out there of a woman being strong needs any more help, right? These niggas, you got these weak ass niggas, man. And I can't wait till the Lord get rid of you niggas, man. The Lord is finna do away. All that weak shit, man, the Lord is finna get rid of it, you know? Out here placating and simping to these hoes, man. The Lord's gonna get rid of you niggas, man. Okay? Because you help perpetuate that shit. If you got a woman, you're supposed to deal with her as the weaker vessel, as the scripture said, man, knowing that she is not, you know, you are not to expect much out of her, you know, because that's not her position, right? Long as she obey, right? Is she obeying, giving you the box, and she's somewhat agreeable, right? And really, it's better to not even have one, because all they come with is stress and headaches, and you know, they want you to solve their problems and shit, right? And her problems aren't even real; they're all delusion. Okay, it's better not even to have one. But if you got one, you're supposed to deal with her according to knowledge, man. Use wisdom with her, right? Don't even get too deep with her. You know, Jake wanted to get all deep with his woman. Nah, man. Let her fucking be in Deluluville, right? Ultimately, these women are going to be saved off of the walk of the man. A woman is going to be saved by off the purposes of childbearing. You know, that's it. Okay. This is Isaiah 32 and it's like Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh Shema hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. This is a new thing. A woman being held in higher esteem than a man, that's never happened before, right? And that's part of the curses. The fact that our people, you know, even the men amongst our nation, man, your own father, your granddaddy will tell you, you know, do something to make your mama proud. You know, do something to make your grandmama proud, right? Like, what the fuck does that even mean, man? You know, happy wife, happy life. What the fuck? How you can't? If paradise didn't make a woman happy, what makes you think you can in hell? Right? These women ain't even happy in their own paradise, because this is paradise for a woman. She can go, she can wear whatever the fuck she want to. She could be out at any type of time of the night. She ain't gotta have a job. She could pop pussy. Got an OnlyFans, right? Untaxed income, right? Making $1.2 million a fucking month, untaxed. Only in America could you do this, man. But you think she's satisfied by that? No. That don't even satisfy her, right? So what make you think you can? They're not satisfied. They're not made to be satisfied. They're made to satisfy you, right? You have to take back your power, right? Because a lot of men have been destroyed because of these women out here, man, right? But, hey, lo and behold, their day of reckoning is here, man. It's here. It is here. You know? It's here. You know? Jeremiah 31 and so like 32 and 21. Oh man, so like 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh Shema Shai hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass man. So this is a new thing, all right? This isn't anything that's natural, and it's not typical. This is a taboo thing, all right? And America is trying to, you know, this feminism ideology is cultivated here in America, but it's branched out into the rest of the world, to where now you got women in fucking hijabs twerking, right? And these traditional practicing countries and nations, you know, whose women are normally in check, right? Now they're starting to get out of order, man. Okay? And another way, you know, that feminism is taking root, it's always a rise in homosexuality. Okay? Because you can't have a strong woman and a strong man exist together, right? One has to fold. Okay? And if they're propping up the woman to be strong, then the men are going to be the ones to suffer. Right? The men are going to be the ones to fall and to be weakened and to take position as the woman, right? So that's what you're seeing all across the world, right? But the Lord is putting an end to it, because it was only set for a period of time that this was going to be like this. But this time of great trouble, great evil in the earth is gonna recorrect all that. Okay, just as bad as things got, it's gonna go right back upright, right? It swung extreme left, and then even quicker, it's gonna go extreme right, man. All right, a lot of you women are gonna get trafficked. A lot of women are gonna be raped, right? A lot of women are gonna be, and you want to play the victim. You're gonna really be a victim out here, man. Okay. This is Isaiah 13 and it's Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right? It's going to be a great, insurrection here in America, right? To where people are going to turn on each other, to where there is going to be an anarchy type environment when there's no rules, no regulations, no laws, no consequence, right? The scriptures say that the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? So whatever you deem, whatever someone deems to be the acceptable punishment, that's the way it's gonna be, because there won't be any interference from Big Brother. There won't be any interference from the government, right? And you think, oh, well, these people in America, they're so delusioned. They think, oh, well, it'll never get this way because we'll come together. We're going to band together and we're all American. People are divided already, man. Genders can't even get along. You think different neighbors? A lot of people don't even know their neighbor now, man. All right? So what's going to happen when these things continue to unravel? A lot of violence, okay? A lot of distrust, all right? That's why they continue to stoke this rivalry between the Democrats and the Republicans, okay? And even now, you got this new thing with Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro since Charlie Kirk's died. That's almost sparked inner division, a MAGA civil war, right? A Republican civil war, okay? So when this thing pops off, it's going to be so many sides, you ain't going to know who your friend or foe is, man. Not if you don't have Yahweh Shema Shai, right? The Lord is the only way out of this thing, man. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. See, you women are going to be raped, okay? And in the NLT, it just straight up says it. It says, their little children will be dashed to death before their eyes. Their homes will be sacked, and their wives will be raped, right? So they ain't gonna play no games with it, man. They gonna come in with an objective. Oh, she got food, right? She got food and she got about 5 kids in there. Minimal, we could just eat the kids, because cannibalism is gonna make a comeback, right? Because of the Great Famine. Because this famine is gonna push people to do these horrendous acts and deeds, man. All right? So when that famine hits, as things continue to get worse, all right, the things that people are willing to do to survive are going to become more horrible, right? Oh, I know she's up there, fifth line. I've seen her a couple times. She was looking good, too, thick. Yeah, you women, you be out here flaunting, wearing tight everything, titties hanging out, cleavage showing, right? You may have had a man, but he stopped fucking with you, or you stopped fucking with him because he didn't like the way you dressed and you didn't want to change, or you got a fucking Instagram where you just show off all your goodies because, women don't have any prolonged thought. They don't think ahead, all right? They're very primal, right? They only think about the right here, right now, okay? So they don't foresee evil. When it happens, that's when they'll see it. And when it happens, that's when they'll realize, damn, all I got in the closet is whole shit, right? Something, I don't got nothing to cover myself up. Nope. So you're gonna be a target, all right? And you ain't gonna have no defense because you ain't gonna have a man, all right? You want me to think, well, I got a gun. Bitch, you ain't never shot no gun at nobody, and you ain't never got shot at, right? So you women, a lot of you men are the same way. I mean, if the scriptures tell you men are gonna fold, so how much more a woman, right? when great travail comes as a woman with child, right? And it's gonna come sudden and at an instant, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna be helpless, man. You really are gonna be helpless if you don't have a man of the Lord. This is Isaiah 13 and reading up to 12, right? Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man more than a golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, so a man is going to be your ticket out. Okay, men are going to be highly sought after in the days that are coming. Okay, not just any man, men of Yahweh Bashim Awashad. All right, because the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. And the scriptures also say that we're going to eat on pretty much in the midst of our adversaries, man. And it's going to be nothing that they're able to do about it. Okay? So that's what's coming. All right? And all these, all you women, all you people, period, right? But specifically you women, because that's the topic, right? For the most part, you're going to see, right? Because, a lot of brothers, man, you got a woman, she doubts you, right? Or she may have left you and took your kids thinking that the Lord was never with you, or, like you just wasting your life. Guess what? We not. And the more these things, these prophecies continue to happen, that is becoming more and more evident, right? This is Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh Bashim Awashad thy power, right? She's going to be in shame, in shambles, man. Ain't going to know what to do. But she going to know. She going to know in her mind, like, oh, he got the Lord with him. What? He ain't skipped a beat? What? Everybody else out here pathetic and through, right? Spirit all defeated. But for some reason, he's rejoicing, right? He's glad. He's in a whole nother different spirit, man. Right? He's eating, right? Where is Yahweh Bashim Awashad thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Right? So you're going to see it. She's going to see you, and you're going to see her be destroyed, right? Through in these streets, man. And it's going to be a beautiful sight. Okay? It's going to be a beautiful sight. And if it's a woman that you had or dealing with, you'll get on the other side, man. Right? But that's the judgment that a lot of women folk, ye women folk, are going to receive. Okay? This is Isaiah 3. And we're started 16. Right? Moreover, Yahweh Bashim Awashad saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making tinkling with their feet, right? Because these women are very proud, they're loud, they're rambunctious, right? They want to be seen, okay? Always got a fucking camera in their face, always taking pictures, always cackling and making noise, right? A lot of these women now, they rappers, so they walk around with gold chains and shit. It's crazy. Therefore, Yahweh Bashim Awashad will smite with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Bashim Awashad will discover their secret parts. That's why you bitches ain't got no hair. You got to wear weave and wigs and shit. A lot of you, right? You just can't grow. You perming your shit, right? Because the Lord ain't give you no wisdom. Okay. So the Lord said he's going to discover your secret part. How he's going to do it. You women do it daily. You flaunt it. And you think that that's a revolutionary thing. Feminism has convinced you that being a whore is freedom, and it's not. Okay? In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cause and their round tires like the moon, right? Or tiaras, they're round tiaras like the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, because you know these women, they got all the you know, fancy of fancies, you know, the toe rings, the rings, the bracelets, the fucking earrings, the nose rings. A lot of these women be decked out because they got a bunch of simps that's giving them money, you know. They don't gotta pay their bills. They got a job, but they don't gotta pay their bills because they got a nigga that's gonna pay their bills, or a nigga that's gonna pay the water bill, a nigga that's gonna pay the light bill, a nigga that's gonna pay for her kids' schooling, you know. A lot of women really got it like that, man, in today's society, you know. Then they on Section 8, right? So they paying $25 a month for rent, right? But then they got all these different streams of income. So they just, man, they living large. They really like, man, they living deliciously. Okay, the Lord said he's gonna cut all that out, man. The rings or the bonnets, you know, end up love that bonnet, man. And the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. They all got all these different clothes, man. You know, you look at these women closets, man, you just be like, what the fuck? I mean, hundreds and thousands of pieces of clothing that a lot of them they don't even wear, man. They forget they even have it. Still got the tags on, but yet they still want to go shopping for more, right? And the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, right? The purses, all these bitches love their purses, man. The YSL bag, the Louis bag, right? They love them bags. They love all these designer clothes, the finest of the fine, right? That's why a woman can tell you with a straight face, you got to make 6 figures to be with me. You gotta pay me for my number, $25 on Cash App for my number. You want to know my name? That's $10, you know, straight up, right? Completely transactional, okay? Because that's what they've been raised and conditioned to view the man as. It's just a tool, right? Something to serve them because they've been told that they are greater, okay? The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, and it shall come to pass instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, right? Because you know, you ain't gonna be able to take, you know, if she's clean, she'll take a shower or two every day, you know. But it's a lot of bitches out here that don't even bathe, man. They just dump fucking Bath and Body Works and shit on they self, right? And walk out, right, with their ass and titties showing. You know, dirty, cum breath, you know. But the Lord said he's gonna wait till the water cut off, man. You ain't gonna be able to mask that shit. These stores, they're gonna be found empty, okay? It ain't gonna be no more makeup and cumbrella eyelashes and, you know, these eyebrows done up and nails and, you know, all that shit, pedicures and French tips. All that shit's going to, you know, that's just for the birds, man. Weaves. Shit's for the birds, man. Okay? And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, right? These women love their hair, man. The scriptures tell you that a woman, her glory is her hair. The Lord said he's taking that. So you thought you was bald, but you got weave now. But the Lord, he's gonna take your weave, man. Fucking chicken head, right? And instead of a stomacher or girdings of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty, right? And a lot of you bitches burning already, okay? But you got these, you know, fuck, what's the name of that pill, man? You take a pill and shit, you got AIDS or HIV, right? You take a pill a month and fucking, now you ain't gotta worry about spreading HIV or catching HIV. You know, these different herpes medications. You know, he's really rigged the game, man. He set it up with his sorcery and shit to where you can pretty much be as promiscuous as you want. And it's damn near like there's nothing that's gonna come about it, right? But the Lord say he's turning that away, man. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. These simp, loser ass niggas, pander bear ass niggas are gonna be put down. A lot of them gonna get drafted. Okay? A lot of them gonna starve. A lot of them is gonna flee. A lot of these men that sit up here and they talk that good game and Queen and these Dr. Umar ass niggas, a lot of them gonna flee you, man. Okay? Because they don't want nothing but some pussy anyway. And when they get that whiff, or when they see that, you know, you ain't like you used to look when the lights was on, right? With your makeup on and shit, a lot of them ain't gonna want nothing to do with you. And a lot of these men that y'all taking advantage of and, you know, having your way with, they gonna be the ones to do it to you. They're gonna be the ones to really put you down, man. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and being desolate shall sit upon the ground. You're gonna get humbled. Okay, you're gonna be desolate, and you're gonna be desperate, and you're gonna be out here seeking, wishing, hoping, searching for a man that Yahweh Shemel was shot, man. Guarantee it. Think it's a game. Wait until your shit hit the fan for real. Okay? We ain't even seen the effects of these benefits not coming through. They still talking and deliberating like it's a chance that they gonna come back on. But I pray Yahweh Shemel shot put the end of that. You know? Because ultimately we know that Esau knows he's short on time, so he really ain't got time to be playing these games. All right? So don't be surprised if these benefits are forever cut off until he bring that chip. Okay? Because he really ain't got time to waste. They're already talking about the 3-eye atlas, you know, which is really, I believe, just a chariot. Okay? And there's been chariot sightings more and more and more, man, flooding the skies. Esau can't hide it no more. Okay? He's losing his shit. All right? It's Isaiah 4, and I'm going to end it with this. And I'm going to read it in the NLT. In that day, so few men will be left. Woo! Scriptures say you're going to desire to hear a man's voice. All right? In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man. It's going to be real competition, man. They're going to be doing things you never thought in this lifetime you've seen. Coming to America, bark like a dog. Woof, woof. You know, jump, you know, on one foot. She gonna be doing all that shit, man. Anything just for what? In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. Oh, let us all. See, now a woman, you cheating, man. I don't want no community dick ass nigga, and you know, all these different, you know, that shit's gonna be out the window for the birds, man. They're gonna be like, hey, can I just get on? Right? Let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. I don't even, you know, that was cool, but it's another one that I like better. And I think it's in the Good News Translation. So I'm gonna get it real quick. And we're gonna end it. This Isaiah 4. When that time comes, 7 women will grab hold of one man and say, we can feed and clothe ourselves, but please let us say you are our husband, so that we won't have to endure the shame of being unmarried. And that shame is gonna come with death. All right? Death in various horrible different ways, man. Okay, so you women, you know, that in the KJV it says from our reproach, right? For your pretty much for your sins, because scriptures say that a woman shall be saved in what? Childbearing. Okay? Saved for childbearing purposes. And that's gonna click with you real soon, and that's gonna satisfy you, because you say that to a woman now and she, right, I got a relationship with God, you know, They swear, right? They bring feminism even to the scriptures. But guess what? All that shit is over with, man. That shit's done. You know? So Salakia for Lord willing, this was edifying, you know. I know brothers don't be wanting to hear about these women all the time, but you know, it was just on my spirit. So Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone who rule well and tell me the truth. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect and the 1/3 remnant out there listening and learning. Shalom and DTA, Abad Babal.